The unmoored ship, a society adrift. Imagine a ship at sea. It needs an anchor to stay safe. Without it, the ship drifts. It is at the mercy of the wind and waves. Society is like this ship. Our anchors are our norms, our values, our institutions. But today, these anchors are weakening. We are adrift in a sea of uncertainty. Trust is eroding. Divisions are deepening. People feel lost and unsure. We long for the stability of the past, but the past is gone. We must find a way to navigate the present and build a better future. The first step is to acknowledge the problem. We cannot fix what we do not see. Our anchors are failing. We are drifting. This is the reality we face. But it is not a hopeless situation. We have the power to change course. Just as a ship can repair its anchor, we can rebuild our foundations. We must start by remembering what truly matters. We must rediscover the values that unite us. We must find our way back to each other. A crumbling foundation, erosion of norms. Think of a building. It needs a strong foundation to stand tall. Our societal norms are like this foundation. But today, these norms are crumbling. People are acting with impunity. Consequences are few. We see this in the rise of dishonesty and cheating. We see it in the lack of respect for others. These behaviors erode our foundation. We must rebuild our foundation. We must reaffirm the importance of honesty, integrity, and respect. It is about striving to be better. Truth's fading light. Democracy in peril. Democracy depends on truth. It is the light that guides us. But today, that light is fading. Misinformation is rampant. Propaganda is everywhere. It is getting harder to separate fact from fiction. This is a serious threat to democracy. When people do not know what to believe, they become easy to manipulate. They lose faith in institutions. They turn against each other. This creates division and instability. We must fight for the truth. We must support a free and independent press. We must be critical thinkers. We must be wary of information that confirms our biases. We must be willing to challenge our own beliefs. This is not easy. It takes effort to be informed. It takes courage to stand up for the truth. But it is essential. Democracy cannot survive without it. We must be vigilant in our defense of truth. Our future depends on it. Section 4. Moral compasses lost. A crisis in leadership. Leaders have a responsibility to set an example. They should be moral compasses, guiding us through difficult times. But today, many leaders have lost their way. They are more interested in power than in principle. This is a crisis of leadership. When leaders lack integrity, it undermines trust in institutions. It creates cynicism and apathy. It makes it harder to solve problems together. We need leaders who are ethical, courageous, and compassionate. We need leaders who put the common good above their own self-interest. We need leaders who inspire us to be better. We must demand more from our leaders. We must hold them accountable for their actions. We must support leaders who demonstrate integrity and vision. We must be willing to lead ourselves, even when those in power fail to do so. The future depends on our ability to cultivate moral leadership. We need leaders who will guide us with wisdom and integrity. We need leaders who will help us rebuild our anchors and chart a new course for a better future. Section 5. Charting a new course. Restoring our anchors. We are at a crossroads. Our anchors are failing, but we are not powerless. We can choose to drift further into uncertainty, or we can choose to chart a new course. This new course requires us to reconnect with our core values. It requires us to rebuild trust in each other and in our institutions. It requires us to be active citizens, engaged in our communities and our democracy. It will not be easy, but it is possible. We must start by remembering who we are. We are a nation founded on principles of liberty, justice, and equality. These principles are our anchors. They are what make us strong. We must hold on to these anchors. We must let them guide us through the storms. We must never give up hope. We must never stop believing in a better future. The journey ahead will be challenging.